Watch what happens when the pro-democracy voice on Fox named Jessica Tarlov calls out Jesse Waters and other disinformationists.
And yeah, whatever Jesse says, I mean, maybe we'll find out next week that it's, as true as the condoms to Gaza, but there's real stuff and stories you could be
trying to vouch for Musk and Trump and say, look, I've seen them together and I know that they know who's the real president here. Watch what happens when the pro-democracy voice on Fox named Jessica Tarlov calls out Jesse Waters and other disinformationists.
Remember when Fox News was the big cheese of conservative media? Well, folks, those days are gone like yesterday's newspaper. Trump's sinking faster than a lead balloon and he's dragging Fox down with him.
Approval plummets. Fox, which is just state-run regime media at this point, gets more desperate. It's so utterly embarrassing.
It's like watching a reality show where the star gets the boot and the network's left scratching its head. Fox is flailing around like a fish out of water, trying to stay relevant. But here's the kicker. They can't save themselves, and Trump sure as heck can't save them either. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Remember when Fox News was the big cheese of conservative media? Well, those days are gone like yesterday's newspaper. Fox used to be the go-to channel for right-wing viewers, with ratings through the roof. But now, their golden boy Trump is sinking faster than a lead balloon, and he's dragging Fox down with him. It's like watching a reality TV show where the star gets voted off, and the network can't figure out what to do next. Fox hosts are sweating more than a turkey on Thanksgiving, trying to explain away Trump's latest shenanigans. Take Sean Hannity, for example. He's been working overtime to defend Trump's wild claims. He even let Lara Trump on his show to spout some nonsense about dead people getting Social Security checks.
Found with Social Security that there are tens of millions of deceased people who are getting Social Security.
Talk about grasping at straws. But here's the kicker. Fox's viewers aren't buying it anymore. They're changing the channel faster than you can say fake news. It's like watching a bunch of rats jumping off a sinking ship, except the rats are wearing MAGA hats. These die-hard conservatives are flocking to other networks like Newsmax and One America News.
They haven't dug into the books yet, but they suspect that there are tens of millions of deceased people who are receiving fraudulent Social Security payments.
Who knew there were so many flavors of right-wing Kool-Aid to choose from? And it's not just the viewers who are jumping ship, even some Fox hosts are starting to rebel. Neil Cavuto, bless his heart, actually had the guts to cut away from a Trump campaign event when the lies got too thick. It's like watching a family dinner where Uncle Bob starts spouting conspiracy theories, and Aunt Sally finally tells him to put a sock in it. Poor Fox News is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Watch what happens when the pro-democracy voice on Fox named Jessica Tarlov calls out Jesse Waters and other disinformationists.
They're trying to keep their Trump-loving audience happy while also pretending to be a real news network. It's like trying to serve filet mignon at a fast food joint. Nobody's buying it. The tension between Fox's news and opinion segments is getting more awkward than a middle school dance. You've got the news folks trying to maintain some shred of credibility, while the opinion hosts are off in la la land, spinning tales that would make a fairy godmother blush.
What they're trying to do is desensitize their audience so that once they're caught lying about something, they've already achieved their agenda.
Well, folks, it looks like Fox News has gone from being the big dog of conservative media to a yappy chihuahua trying to defend its favorite chew toy. And that chew toy, none other than our favorite orange turd, Donald Trump.
Waters is trying to do there. He's trying to convince his audience that this is typical abuser behavior.
But here's the thing, Fox's attempts to save Trump are about as effective as using a squirt gun to put out a dumpster fire. They're pulling out all the stops, and by all the stops, I mean they're just making stuff up. It's like they've decided facts are optional, and reality is whatever they say it is. Take Caroline Leavitt, for example. This Fox host had the brilliant idea to claim that tens of millions of deceased people are getting Social Security benefits. Wow, Caroline. headline. I didn't know the afterlife had such great government perks. Maybe that's why some people are dying to get there.
The AfD, the neo-Nazi party, elected, but fortunately I think the people of Germany are seeing what's happening in the United States and saying,
but seriously, this is the kind of nonsense Fox is peddling to prop up Trump's wild claims. And it's not just Caroline. Jesse Waters, another Fox genius, admitted to fabricating stories. He thought it would be hilarious to claim that US aid was sending condoms to Hamas, because nothing says support for terrorists like safe sex, right? I mean, come on, Jesse. If you're gonna make stuff up, at least make it believable.
And yeah, whatever Jesse says, I mean, maybe we'll find out next week that it's, as true as the condoms to Gaza, but there's real stuff and stories you could be.
For lying and saying that that USAID was sending condoms to Hamas in Gaza. Here, play this clip and watch what happens.
Next, you'll be telling us that Trump's hair is real. But not everyone at Fox is drinking the Kool-Aid. Jessica Tarloff, a Fox News contributor, actually had the guts to call out her colleagues. She pointed out that they were treating lies like jokes, which is a fancy way of saying they're trying to make BS sound okay. It's like they're running a comedy club, but the only joke is their credibility.
That's normal, that lying is just kind of funny. And at first they try to get the lie through, and then when they're exposed, they try to act like it's just funny.
Meanwhile, Trump's relationship with Fox is getting more complicated than a teenage romance. He's publicly trashing the network for its ratings, saying they've forgotten their core audience.
Trying to vouch for Musk and Trump and say, look, I've seen them together, and I know that they know who's the real president here.
Oh, poor Donnie Diapers feels neglected. Maybe if he stopped tweeting long enough to watch, those ratings would go up. But here's the real kicker. Some folks are saying Fox is engaging in a 21st century information warfare campaign against the left.
It is so good. It's just, again, this is what the ultimate propagandist does. Like, you're masquerading and pretending to be news.
Warfare? Really? With what? Alternative facts and imaginary dead voters. It's like they're fighting a war with water balloons filled with fake news. Looks like Fox News is sailing into stormy waters, and Captain Trump might be abandoning ship. The network that used to be Trump's personal cheerleading squad is now facing a major reality check. Poor Fox, they're like that friend who always picks the losing team in the Super Bowl. But wait, there's more drama in this soap opera. Trump's getting cozy with the new kids on the block, Newsmax and OAN.
What they're doing, I'm just trying to cue you in on their propaganda tactics right there. So I guess we should deport everybody's what they're saying.
It's like he's flirting with the freshmen while his senior year girlfriend Fox watches from across the cafeteria. Ouch. And get this, Trump's tweets are giving these newbie networks a popularity boost. It's like he's the cool kid in school, and whatever lunch table he sits at suddenly becomes the place to be. Fox News must be feeling like the kid who didn't get invited to the party. Poor old Foxy left out in the cold while Trump's busy making new friends. This reality show just keeps getting juicier.
I watched her being interviewed. I said, boy, that's pretty good. But she's great, and he's great.
Say, oh, you've got Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
I think if you're a reasonable person, you should have Trump derangement syndrome.
Okay, is there anything weirder than Trump's obsession with Taylor Swift? Okay, aside from the real president's obsession with Taylor Swift.
Remember when presidents used to worry about, oh, I don't know, running the country? Well, those days are long gone, my friends. Now we've got Trump obsessing over Taylor Swift's Super Bowl appearance. If you're as baffled by this as we are, you're in the right place. Jimmy Kimmel's about to break down Trump's latest meltdown. And trust me, it's a doozy. Get ready to laugh, cringe, and maybe cry a little for the state of our politics.
Sports guy, you're a football fan. Size up these two teams.
I'm a big fan of both teams. They're sort of different.
Potato prices are going up because of the potential for Mexican tariffs. Tariffs on Mexico, products from Mexico.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Prices are soaring. Last week, the average wholesale price for large white shell eggs reached $8 for a dozen. This is wholesale. wholesale.
MAGA is very unforgiving. Well, she didn't get booed out of the stadium. Unlike you, she stayed for the whole game, and it was the Eagles fans who...
Looks like our favorite orange grump is at it again, folks. Trump's got his tiny hands in a tizzy over none other than Taylor Swift. I guess when you're not busy trying to overthrow democracy, you've got to pick fights with pop stars, right? So picture this. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and while most of America is stuffing their faces with nachos and watching the game, Trump's hunched over his phone like a troll under a bridge.
See, after last weekend's Super Bowl, Trump, the sitting president, used his time to tweet about Taylor Swift getting booed by opposition fans.
Philadelphia have one of the greatest running backs, Saquon. You know, Saquon had an uncle who was a great fighter,
He's furiously tapping away, probably with Cheeto dust on his fingers, tweeting about how Taylor Swift got booed out of the stadium. Now let's hit pause on that for a second. Taylor Swift booed at the Super Bowl? That's about as likely as Trump admitting he lost the election fair and square. In reality, Taylor was there cheering on her boyfriend Travis Kelce, who plays for the Chiefs. The crowd's reaction was more mixed than Trump's understanding of, well, anything. But why is Donnie Diapers so obsessed with celebs anyway? Is it because they have something he desperately wants but can't buy? And no, I'm not talking about a soul or a decent haircut. Jimmy Kimmel, our late night hero, thinks he's cracked the code. According to Kimmel, Trump's just jealous of Taylor Swift because she has more followers and more money and no kids than he does. Ouch, that's gotta sting worse than the time Trump looked directly at a solar eclipse.
Again, I talked about the beer brewer who is going to have to raise the price of their beer.
Retail, it's higher than this. The previous all-time wholesale price was $5.46 back in December 2022.
But Kimmel's not wrong. Trump's always had a weird fascination with famous people, probably because deep down he knows they're everything he's not, loved, respected, and able to string together coherent sentences. So while Trump's busy ranting about imaginary booze and trying to start beef with a woman half his age, and twice as successful, the rest of us are left wondering, is this really what a former president does with his time? Shouldn't he be, I don't know, working on his legal defense or learning how prison works? But hey, at least Trump's Twitter tantrums give us all something to laugh at, and in these crazy times, we could all use a good chuckle, even if it's at the expense of a guy who thinks windmills cause cancer and that Finland rakes its forests.
Some of the crowd booed Taylor Swift when they put her up on the Jumbotron, which of course made Harry Conman Sr. very happy.
This, of course, after predicting the scoreline based on whose wife is more MAGA than the other, and well, we all know how that worked out.
Just when you thought Trump's social media rants couldn't get any weirder, he's gone and outdone himself. This time, our favorite orange grump is raving about condoms. Yep, you heard that right. Condoms for Hamas, because apparently that's what keeps him up at night. According to the former president, the US is throwing away a boatload of cash on prophylactics for terrorists. Trump claims we're spending between $50 to $100 million on condoms for Hamas.
Eggs retail right now.
Right now, probably $11, $12, $13, $14. Which ones you want? Brown eggs you want?
Happy to send you one of the many products commemorating what I said to you that night at the Academy Awards, so you never forget it.
Now, I don't know about you, but that seems like an awful lot of rubber for a bunch of guys hiding in tunnels. Are they planning the world's biggest water balloon fight? But here's where it gets even nuttier. Trump's condom budget apparently doubled in less than a week. Kimmel, always quick with a zinger, asked, how did it go to 100 in 5 days? Did Diddy join Hamas and we don't know? I mean, come on, Donnie. If you're gonna make up numbers, at least try to keep them straight. Of course, there's a teensy problem with Trump's claim. It's complete nonsense.
Rand Barkley, his name was. So you have a great running back. You really have a great quarterback. The other team, the quarterback really knows how to win. He is a...
Because of the tariffs that the president is putting on. These are all things that are either here or they're coming shortly.
Kimmel pointed out that the funding Trump's talking about is actually a grant for the International Medical Corps, you know, for boring stuff like medical services and family planning in Gaza. But hey, why let facts get in the way of a good conspiracy theory, right? Now, you might be wondering how Kimmel was gonna bring this condom craziness back to reality. Well, he did it with eggs. Yep, Eggs. See, while Trump's busy counting imaginary condoms, egg prices have been skyrocketing. We're talking about $14 for a dozen large white shell eggs. That's enough to make your wallet cry.
Let alone the man occupying the highest office in the land was Jimmy Kimmel, a man who knows all too well about Trump's obsession.
Phenomenal wife, okay? She's a Trump fan, she's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her, okay? But she's a great person.
Kimmel used this eggy situation to crack a few jokes about Trump's economic policies. He pointed out how the Trump administration has failed to deliver on promises of lower grocery prices. If you want to blame that on the avian flu fine, Kimmel quipped, but look, he's tearing apart the departments of government that protect us from the avian flu, so prices are going up under this president.
I can see them coming, and I know what the impact will be. People have been promised something by this Trump administration that he is not delivering.
And by the way, I think he has derangement syndrome about us, too. The fact of the matter is, this is a dangerous person. This is a stupid person.
From Taylor Swift to terrorist condoms, Trump's social media antics have reached new levels of absurdity. But beneath the laughs, there's a serious issue at play. Trump's wild tweets aren't just for giggles. They're a smokescreen, distracting us from the real problems his administration fails to address. It's like he's pulling a rabbit out of a hat while the country's on fire. Enter Jimmy Kimmel, our late-night hero, armed with jokes sharper than Trump's tweets. Kimmel's not just cracking wise, he's using humor to shine a spotlight on the disconnect between Trump's social media circus and the struggles of everyday Americans. While Trump rants about imaginary condoms for Hamas, Kimmel reminds us about the sky-high price of eggs.
We're booing her, but you're right. It's all about you. It's always all... Trump's just jealous of Taylor Swift because she has more followers.
I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City.
So next time you see a Trump tweet, remember, it's not just word salad, it's a distraction salad. And maybe, just maybe, Trump should worry less about eggs and more about the omelet on his head.